I'm here on the edge of the Lincolnshire Wolds at a village called Somerby, just outside Brigg. I've come today to see my old friend Bill Hobson. Bill is a well-known Grimsby fish merchant and former racehorse owner. I haven't come today to talk to Bill about either fish or about horse racing. I've come to take a look at his vineyard, which you can see behind me. Bill has been growing grapes now for 4 years, and this year he's bought a new 5-acre field which he's going to plant with 5,000 vines. So come with me and let's see what's going on.
Morning, Roy. Nice to see you.
Right, can you tell me what's going on today then?
Yes, today we're planting the vines, which is by hand. We've got the gang here from Poland and from Romania. We're putting them all in, 5,000, so we drill, we put them in, and then we firm them into the ground. We then spend our time going around with stakes and putting a stake in, and then we put a rabbit cover around them.
Right, so you're going to be pretty busy yourself today?
We're going to be very busy today and for the next few weeks. These posts then go on as intermediary posts, right. So that will be the next job for next week. But what you can do in the meantime is, if you want to meet the man who's the planting team leader, which is James Dodson, I'll introduce you to him. And then perhaps later we can talk about the viniculture, the making of the wine, with David Lofthouse.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay, well, we can arrange that today.
Okay, well, I'll let you get on with your work then, and I'll go and set up.
Okay.
And, we have a company called Vineworks. So we offer all kinds of services, everything from vineyard design to planting, to trellising. We provide all the materials as well. And then we offer post-planted services such as pruning, canopy management and harvest. So today what we've done is we've surveyed in a top baseline and a bottom baseline and calculated the row distances, and we have roughly about 44 rows. And then we've surveyed the line with a theodolite from one end to the other, rigged up a string, and that's the line from which we plant our plants along. And the plants are planted at 1.5 spacing, and the row spacing is 9 foot. Sorry, that's 1.5 meter spacing for the plants. We use 2 post-hole augers, diggers. They drill a hole into the ground, which creates a nice hole for the plant, and then we put the plant in, throw some dirt on top, and then give it a nice tap down to secure the roots to make sure that the roots are actually compacted, and then, or not too compacted, but just snug. And then we put the rest of the dirt on top. And we move quite quickly. We can do roughly about 3,000 to 4,000 plants a day if the ground is good. We're doing roughly 2,200 Solaris in half of the vineyard, and then the other half will be made up of another 2,200 Rondeau. So it's an even split between white and red.
Hello David, can you tell me a little bit about the 2 varieties that Bill's planting today?
Yeah, he's planting a variety called Solaris, which is a green grape that will produce white wines, and a variety called Rondeau, a black grape that can be used to make
red wine.
rosé and red wines.
Yeah. So it surprises me that you know, anybody's trying to grow red grapes or red wine in this country. Can it happen?
Yeah, quite a lot. The varieties will not be known to most people. Varieties like Rondeau, Regent, Dornfelder are all varieties that are okay in this country, but not widely planted in other places.
Because of the lower temperatures?
Because of the temperatures, yeah. They'll be too early in other countries.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your own wine growing, can you?
Yeah, we've got 1,600 vines, produced about 2,000 bottles in 1986. Didn't produce any in 2007 or 8 because of the bad weather. A little bit further south than Bill, but only 20 miles, 10 miles or so. Yeah.
Right, cool. Just one other thing, can you tell me a little bit about this this strange coating on the top of the plant?
These are the vines as planted. Unfortunately, in 1840, a bug called phylloxera was accidentally introduced to this country, and it killed all the European, not into this country, into Europe, and it killed all the European vines. Someone noticed that the American vines are resistant to it. And what we've got here is a European vine budded onto an American rootstock, so that if you do get phylloxera, the rootstock's resistant to it, and because the European vine's not growing on its own roots, it's unaffected. And the bud is in this top part of the vine there, and it's dipped into molten wax to protect it from drying out. And you can see on this one, it's a good example there, that it's been dipped twice, once in a clear wax and once in a green wax. So this vine must be at least 2 years old.
Right, okay, thank you.
And so the vines are actually bursting into...
Yeah, into bud, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These things support the vines and will be on these sort of really for the rest of their lives, and obviously these stainless steel don't rust, whereas bamboos, after a couple of years you have to replace them. So that's what we did first. We did bamboos, but we found out it's not the best way forward.
Hello Alf, can you just tell me what you're doing here?
Well, just getting the nets ready to keep the rabbits off.
Oh yes.
And we had to turn them inside out, like out there.
Yeah.
And put a bit of a turn up on the bottom, that strengthens them like that.
Yeah.
And then all we do is slip over the vine,
right.
Bit of a soil around the bottom, and they should be okay.
And it's protection against the rabbits?
Yeah, that's what it's for, yeah.
Right. And why do you use sort of netting as opposed to, say, tubes, which I've seen?
Well, the netting is so that when we debud them,
yeah,
you get about a foot off the bottom and you can get your hand inside to take your bottom shoot off, and after a certain time, there's no shoots at the bottom, and then you work higher up and you run into your net.
So you take the bottom shoots off,
yeah,
and obviously you can see...
Yeah, just how warm to run up to the top, to your wire level.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a slow job, really.
Well, it is slower like this, but we had the pipes before, but it's changed their design. They've done it in Germany, this.
Right.
And they say it's a better rig. And that's why it's been done like this.
Okay.
Which it's a lot slower.
Right, well, I'll let you get on with your work then. You've got a lot to do by the look of it.
Day's work.
Day's work?
Yeah, there's 8 rows left, and about an hour a row.
Right, okay. Well, I won't delay you any longer then.
There's about 100 in each row.
Okay, thanks, Alf.
The end telegraph poles are in now, which are weighing about 3/4 of a ton each. We've tamped them all down now. They're going to be the main supports to cover 118 vines down every lane. The next job we've got now is with these stays, which are into the intermediary, which go every 7 vines. So we've got 16, 17 to put down each lane.